Hey everyone, my name is Dawn, and thank you for joining me for another episode of The Chamber Within. Today I wanted to talk about something that finally hit me this year, and that something is a life's purpose. My life, your life, everyone else's life. Like what does it really mean to live your life in purpose, on purpose, with purpose? Asking yourself, what am I supposed to be doing, is actually the wrong question, right? I used to really um, be plagued with this throughout many years of my life, well into my late 30s, even into my early 40s. That's not the question. It's not the what, but how. The how is important, and I'd like to clarify this. What I realized was that every single day we are in our purpose. Your purpose is inescapable. So that's the good news. Uh, I've changed careers twice since COVID. And what I've realized that now that I'm over the whole this isn't my purpose, this job sucks kind of mental hump, I'm okay with where I am while I am still striving to live out my passion every day. I noticed that no matter where I go or what role I fulfill, I am affecting people in a particular way. This is the feedback I'm getting over the years as I sit back and think about my life's purpose. It really just hit me one day. It's to be with and talk to people, which can be very fun. And I mean, from mundane, idle conversations with strangers, um, I'll never see again, by the way, to my coworkers, my colleagues, my associates who I work with every day. No matter the job, the state I live in, or the friends I have grown to love over the years, or I have for just a small amount of time, or family members I am constantly in contact with, or few or far between, that I don't really see or speak to very often. I notice that I get the same responses from them. I enjoy the interactions I have, long talks or very serious and deeply private conversations they entrust me with. They'll bring it up, I don't pry. But it's been my adult philosophy that also you can learn a lot by simply exchanging uh, a few words with someone. A small, simple exchange. Like, I'll give you a brief example. I learned when I had a sty on my eye uh, that you can slice a piece of fresh garlic and that you can rub it on your eyelid. But that garlic juice, there's something in that there's an enzyme in there, I suppose. I guess I'm using the correct word, but it'll shrink the sty in your eye, getting rid of the bacteria underneath the skin. Caution though, it does burn, but it does work, right? Recipes to the life small tips. You can get so many cool insights because we're all living different lives. And I love that about people. I love talking to people. And while I was at work one day, I had a customer ask me not too long ago, she asked, "Are you a teacher? Because you have professional teacher vibes." That's what she said. And I was very flattered, but I told her no. And it's so funny because our impact isn't about the creations that we pump out. It's not about the art or the books we may write or the songs we may sing. That's just the fun along the way. It is how we are affecting each other. It's how the room changes when one person leaves and you miss them, or another enters the room and you're so elated to see them. It is who we are, it is how we are. We're always affecting our environment. That's the purpose. Your purpose is your very being. Now, this is not an answer I would have liked before I came to this realization, and I would have said, hogwash. What am I here to do? So I can go ahead and do it already. Because we've been trained, right? We've been trained to produce output on a particular level. Meanwhile, we're also missing the point of being here, the whole reason we're alive. It feels like the invisible purpose, actually. It's the purpose no one sees, but they feel in your absence. Like a good listener, someone who holds space for someone else to express themselves. Like someone who has a very calming effect on others. Someone who can make sense of another person's emotions to kind of help you gather yourself. Maybe there's someone that calls you for that or you call them for that. I call it the invisible purpose because it's not recognized in a regular day-to-day life, right? This is a spiritual conversation we're having about being and very important things that are greatly ignored, like how we treat each other. So, if it were a perfect world, what would your purpose be? Like if you could let down your guard, not think about paying a bill or surviving this particular affliction you may be dealing with for yourself or a loved one, what would your purpose be? It's not an easy question to answer. It's like asking someone to describe what air tastes like or what it feels like to inhale and exhale without having to think about it every day because it literally is who you are. It's something I wanted to share because I feel like those who get praised are those who are famous or have a particular platform, um, or well known, but everyone has a purpose. Every single person. I'm mostly making this post because I know there are people out there who may think that their life is without purpose or is a waste or is useless. And, I'm speaking to them. I'm speaking to all of us, but I really want to speak to them because simply because millions of people don't know your first and last name does not mean you are without purpose. You being here is enough. You being here is purposeful and intentional. So don't ever think for a moment that that is the case. So be introspective. Think about it. What do you enjoy in life? And when do you feel the most peace? I have a quote here from A Course in Miracles that I'd like to share with you, and it's from page 307. Littleness versus magnitude. Every decision you make stems from what you think you are and represents the value that you put upon yourself. Believe the little can content you, and by limiting yourself, you will not be satisfied. For your function is not little, and it is only by finding your function and fulfilling it that you can escape from littleness. Thank you for listening. That's all I had for this week. I hope it helped in some way, shape, or form, and I hope you have a wonderful, blessed week ahead. If you want to reach out to me because you have a question, comment, or concern, I can be reached at thechamberwithin@yahoo.com. Have a great one. Talk to you later. Bye.